Still on Oranmiyan, I actually want to really talk deeply on Oranmiyan. You cannot be talking about a history without giving in depth of what you know about a particular history. Okay, yes. I know some people like, why are you on Oranmiyan, Oranmiyan? Yes, I want to go into to like in depth of what I actually know about Oromiyo. Okay, now if you want to talk about Oromiyo, who is Oromiyo? Where is Oromiyo from? Who is he? Okay, and Oromiyo is a legendary and semi-divine figure in Yoruba history and mythology. He is regarded as one of the most important founding ancestors of the Yoruba people, a key figure in the origin stories of several major Yoruba kingdoms, especially Ile-Ife, Oyo, and Benin. That must shock you. Benin, yes. I know some people don't know that Benin is actually uh, has a link to the Oromiyan. Now we'll talk about what are the key factors, as in the key facts that we need to know about Oromiyan. Number one, the royal lineage. When we talk about the royal lineage, like the descendant now, okay, the royal descent of Oromiyan. Oromiyan is traditionally considered the son of Oduduwa, the progenitor of the Yoruba people and the first king of Ile-Ife. Omo, who this Oromiyan is the son of Oduduwa. Okay, that is the first king of Ile-Ife now, the son. This makes him a prince of divine descent, often seen as both human and spiritual. Okay, now we'll talk about the founder of the Oyo Empire. Oromiyan is credited with founding Oyo Ile Old Oyo, which later grew into the powerful Oyo Empire. He became its first Alaafin king and established the royal dynasty that ruled for centuries. He introduced the centralized monarchical system and laid the foundations for Oyo's military strength and political structure. Omo, Oromiyo is not just a mere man, oh my people. Then we'll talk about his connection to Benin. Yes, how he's connected to Benin. According to both Yoruba and Benin traditions, though with different perspectives, right? Oromiyan also traveled eastward and became the father of the first Oba of Benin. Do you hear that? He is said to have ruled there briefly and fathered Eweka the first, Oba Eweka the first, or Oba Eweka the first, okay, is actually the son of Oromiyan. Omo, this real history, eh? Omo, this history, eh? You can see how the link, you can see the mix, you can see the history now, where it's coming from. Okay? That's the first Oba of Benin, the Oba Eweka the first. The father is actually Oromiyan because he happens to be the first son. That is why when they say that the Benin people are the descendant of the Oduduwa, we cannot see where it's coming from. We cannot see where the descendant of the Oduduwa originated from. Remember, the first, the founder of the Ile-Ife, the king of Ile-Ife, gave birth to the Oromiyan, who happens to be the first king of Oyo Empire. And he ended up giving birth to the first king of Benin Kingdom, Oba Eweka the first. You can see Oduduwa is the father. Oduduwa gave birth to Alaafin, the first Alaafin, who happens to be the Oromiyan. And Oromiyan also gave birth to the first son, the first king of Benin, Oba Eweka the first. You can see the grandfather, the father to the son to the son. You can see it. So the Benin, the Obaeweka the first, now happens to be the grandson of Oduduwa. Or must see history. They say he is said to have ruled there briefly. Yes, Oromiyo actually ruled briefly briefly, and Father Eweka the First, the founder of the Benin royal dynasty. This event links Yoruba and Edo royal histories and explains cultural overlaps between the two people. People can see how they are, interwoven. Warrior and explorer. Oromiyo is portrayed as a great warrior, traveler, and conqueror who journeyed far and wide to establish kingdoms and spread Yoruba influence. Omo, his name is associated with bravery, leadership, and divine right to rule. You can see how powerful Oromiyo was. Well, we'll talk about the cultural and the spiritual significance of Oromiyo. Now, number one, in Ile-Ife, a massive stone monolith known as the Opa Oromiyan. Hey, it means Oromiyo's staff stands as a symbol of his legacy. It is considered sacred and a key historical monument. Like in Ile-Ife today as we speak, they are telling us that the first Alaafin of Oyo, that he has his massive stone, a massive stone known as the Opa Oromiyo, is right there in Ile-Ife. To tell you that the Oyos cannot stay without the Ile-Ife, and the Ile-Ife cannot do without the Benin. Like these three people are all one. Like the Oba of the first Oba Eweka the first, the Alaafin of Oyo, and the father of them all, the Oduduwa himself, who happens to be the father of Alaafin and the grandfather of Oba Eweka the first. My people, they said the staff is still there in Ile-Ife as we speak. It serves as a monument right now. It means when you go there, you see it. Okay? And they see that staff as a sacred and a key historical monument standing in Ile-Ife. Okay? Oromiyo is sometimes deified. You know what it means? Deified and honored in shrines, especially among the Yoruba traditionalists. Omo. Like Oromiyo is a deity on his own. People understand that, to tell you how powerful this man was during his time. But I don't know why people don't really talk about these people. These were great men that lived on this planet, on this Africa planet. Omo. For people to see a whole human being, for them to see him as a deity, you know what it means. Forget to. Now I want to talk about the legacy. What are the legacy that lives on? The legacy of Oromiyo that lives on today. Through that lives on today. One, the legacy lives on through the Oyo royal lineage, the cultural and political traditions of the Yoruba kingdoms, numerous oral traditions and praise poetry, Oriki, towns and children named Oromiyo or Oroyan in his honor. Yeah. What a great man. What a great legacy. What a warrior. In fact, if it were to be some places, Oromiyo is supposed to be given a special worship. I don't know if the Yoruba people do that or whatever. He of course, they have said it that they see him as a deity on his own because of the position he had, because of what he represents in his time. He was a traveler, a great warrior, a man that single-handedly established the Oyo kingdom, the founder. You know what it means. Until today, all the constitution, all the custom, all the tradition that he established, that the Yoruba people are enjoying today, was actually single-handedly founded by Oromiyo himself. I think Oromiyo deserve much more than what is being known for today, or how he's being revered. I don't know how they worship him. I don't know how they reverence him. I don't know how they remember him anyway. But of course, like they have said that in most shrines in Yoruba kingdom, and most of the traditionalists actually, see him as a deity. Okay. So my people, this is what I have for you guys, and I really hope that you guys really understood, and I really appreciate, the brief tradition of Oromiyo. I think I will come here again and throw more light on Oduduwa himself, because it's like we need to start talking about more on our tradition and custom, so that we'll create awareness on how, who we were, how where we are coming from, how powerful our ancestors were, and how much they have fought for what we are enjoying today in our land in Africa. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always standing by. I love you all. I appreciate you. God bless you. Till I come your way again. Do have a beautiful day. Bye bye.